You know that feeling, right? The burning in your legs, the cold air that just slices into your lungs.
That metallic taste of panic on your tongue.
Exactly. But what we're diving into today, it isn't some physical endurance test.
Oh, it's something much, much deeper. It's a kind of generational survival mechanism.
All wrapped up in this truly terrifying piece of folklore.
Exactly. We're unpacking this chilling narrative we've been looking at, the legend of every first snowfall.
And it is so much more than just a ghost story.
Oh, absolutely. It's almost a case study in ritualized communal trauma.
Where survival depends on absolute conformity every single year.
And the story starts not with chaos, but, well, with a date.
A deadline. That's what's so chilling. It's the psychological anchor for this whole legend. The town isn't waiting for a storm, they're waiting for an announcement.
Yeah, the date of the first snowfall. It's known weeks ahead of time.
Printed on billboards, on TV screens, in this stark red lettering. Just one word. Prepare.
It's the scheduled terror that makes it so potent, isn't it? It takes away the element of surprise, sure, but it replaces it with weeks of this agonizing anticipation.
And the sources describe the days leading up to it, this artificial, chilling calm.
Schools are closed, businesses are locked up, no traffic in or out.
The whole community just performs this synchronized, silent preparation. It's for something so much worse than bad weather.
And what's fascinating is the complete lack of panic.
Right. No sirens, no shouting.
Just the silent communal understanding when that first flake of snow drifts down.
The town just erupts into motion, a desperate single-file movement.
And the mission is just so singular and brutal. Keep moving, because stopping means you're gone.
Which brings us right to this core concept, this inherited terror.
The narrator's earliest memory of this whole ritual is from when they were 5 years old.
Too young to understand the why.
But instantly old enough to understand the rule.
It's trauma transmitted through just pure physical regency.
The second that first flake touches the ground, the door is wrenched open. The child is just pulled into the street.
Joining that hunched, breathless flood of people.
The memory details are, they're agonizing. Crying, tripping over your own feet.
And the mother isn't yelling, she's just squeezing the hand so hard the arm feels like it's about to be dislocated, just yanking them forward.
That physical pain, it cements the survival instinct faster than any words ever could.
And then there's the sound that seals the whole experience.
A scream from behind.
Sharp, raw, and then just muffled. Swallowed by the wind and the stampede of feet.
And that's it. The rule is sealed. Never look back.
The community maintains speed at all costs, even if it means leaving someone behind.
It explains why this legend persists. The town doesn't need ghost stories about dark alleys.
No, they're folklore, these tales of the wolfwalkers. They are purely prescriptive.
They aren't meant to entertain. They are meant to ensure survival.
And the wolfwalkers are basically the enforcers of this brutal efficiency.
The story doesn't shy away from the cost of feeling either. It gets very specific with the tragedy of the narrator's father.
He was, drunk. He was slowed by drink on the night the snow came.
The mother tried to help him, but when the time came, he was just too slow.
It shows you the absolute nature of the rule. There are no exceptions. Not for love, not for anything.
The most painful memory isn't seeing him, it's hearing him.
Calling the mother's name, his voice slurring, shrinking.
Just swallowed by the wind and the endless pounding of feet. And she doesn't look back. She doesn't even slow down.
That choice. The choice to let go and survive. That's the price of belonging there.
So by age 9, the narrator gets it completely. Running is routine. It's just like a season changing.
You learn the pace, right? Breathe just enough to keep going, but never, ever enough to get comfortable.
Because comfort is dangerous. Comfort means you get left behind.
But one year, the snow came late. The cold had settled deep into everything.
And when the flurries finally did start, something else kicked in besides exhaustion. A new, dangerous impulse.
Cura.
Yeah. After years of running from the unknown, the narrator finally asks, what exactly are we running from?
The town only ever gives these vague descriptions, like men in thick furred coats and wolf masks.
But the truth, when you finally see it, is so much more terrifying. It's this sickening distortion of something familiar.
So the narrator forces himself to look back through the swirling white. And that plausible image of masked men just dissolves.
It dissolves into pure horror. Their arms are described as thin and rotting, stretched impossibly long.
The skin peeling back to reveal this. raw, darkened muscle underneath.
And their hands just drag along the ground, fingers twitching.
It's not a werewolf. It's like a failed transformation, something caught between man and predator, and it's just decaying.
The heads are all wrong, too. The wolf heads are too broad, the snouts are cracked and split.
And the mouths. They're just packed with these twisted, overlapping rows of teeth. They're not functional.
And the eyes. Some are just dark, empty sockets leaking something black. Others are unnaturally wide and white.
It's like a corrupted version of nature. A horror that's existed for so long it's starting to fall apart, but it's still just as deadly.
But for me, the most disturbing part of the description is how they move.
They don't run. Not in a way we'd understand.
No, they seem to phase or blur with the falling snow, like they're being dragged forward by something you can't see.
Moving as fast as the snow itself.
It suggests they aren't entirely physical. Maybe they're projections of the storm, beings tied to the snow.
And then comes the close call. The narrator makes a sound, just a gasp.
And one of them turns its head.
That detail of the snout splitting open even further, revealing something pulsing and writhing inside its throat.
It's the image that cements the terror. It guarantees the narrator never ever looks back again. Curiosity is punished instantly.
So years pass. The routine continues. Survival. Until the inevitable challenge comes.
The narrator is older now, experienced, ready for the next deadline, November 17th.
But this year is different. The mother, the one who was this pillar of strength who enforced the rule, she's bedridden.
Her body withered by sickness. The woman who dragged the narrator through the streets can now barely lift her own hand.
But her final instruction has that same brutal urgency. You can't save me. Run, please.
But the narrator, remembering the father, remembers the cost of that choice and refuses to leave her.
The cycle of inherited survival is broken by personal history.
And that creates this incredible conflict, right? The survival ritual versus human connection.
When the first flake falls at 5:46 p.m., the sound that comes with it isn't the wind. It's a deep, rolling, heavy hum.
The sound of the threat arriving.
The streets explode into motion, but this time the narrator steps out carrying the mother. So small, so fragile.
And the consequence of that choice is immediate. Running for two it's crushing. It's agonizingly slow.
The crowd just vanishes into the swirling white.
The weight, the ragged gasps, the sacrifice of pace. It's just this brutal demonstration of what the mother did for all those years.
And now the threat is closing in. The air gets thicker, colder.
And you hear it, this soft, snarling sound, followed very quickly by the first scream behind them.
Proof that the wolfwalkers are keeping pace.
Desperate, they stumble onto an old path into the forest, lungs burning with frostbite.
Every step is a battle, and then they see it. A broken, sagging old shed. They kick the door shut and just collapse.
And now the terror shifts. It's not a physical pursuit anymore. It's a psychological siege.
The snarling stops. There's just the wind and silence. They're waiting in the dark.
But the wolfwalkers don't just use brute force. This is where the legend gets personal.
The whispers begin.
At first it sounds like the wind, but then you hear words. Soft, shifting, cold, weak. Not fast enough.
It's designed to exploit the very exhaustion that saved them.
And then comes the final awful breakdown. One voice changes pitch.
And it speaks with the terrifying familiarity of the narrator's own father.
You should have run.
They don't just hunt you, they weaponize your guilt, your failures.
The door creaks open, and a massive hunched shape is there, barely visible through the snow. Not quite man, not quite wolf.
Its human hands are stretched too thin, black veins pulsing. It knows they're there.
But the mother, in her final moments, she chooses defiance.
She grabs the narrator's face, not to beg, but to smile. This soft, warm smile of final peace.
She knows what happens if they stay together.
So with her last bit of strength, she pushes herself up. She's frail, she's shaking, but she stands in the doorway.
She makes herself the target, and she screams. A loud, raw, defiant cry that echoes through the trees.
The ultimate sacrifice. The creature turns toward her, and the narrator is frozen, hidden, watching this weak silhouette stand alone. And
then she's just gone. The cost of survival paid in full.
The aftermath is just this absolute chilling silence.
Waking up, clutching nothing. The storm has passed. The world outside is white and empty.
And the snow is completely undisturbed. No footprints, no bodies, no sign that anyone was ever there at all.
As if the wolfwalkers truly do belong only to the snow.
The narrator continues to run every year after that, fueled by the memory of both parents, one lost to weakness, one to sacrifice.
They run for other people now, pulling stragglers, forcing them to keep moving. They've internalized that brutal lesson.
But time is the one enemy you can't outrun.
Even the most dedicated survivor can't escape mortality. The narrator is old now. Their strength and speed are gone.
The final deadline is set, November 23rd. Lying in bed, unable to run, they know the cycle is finally ending for them.
The world will run without them this year.
And here's the truly terrifying final note. A shadow passes across the dark window. It moves slowly. It lingers.
As if it's confirming the address. And then a warmth settles over the narrator, a presence they haven't felt in decades.
It connects right back to the father's voice in the shed, doesn't it? The final visitor isn't just the monster, it's the personalized presence of their past trauma.
The narrator doesn't fight, they don't scream.
If they just close their eyes, smile, and say nothing.
It's this moment of chilling acceptance. The runner finally stopping.
So, what does this whole story really tell us about survival folklore? I mean, it shows that in these extreme situations, the greatest threat is just the anticipation of the end.
And the greatest burden is having to shed your humanity, your affection, just for the sake of speed. The system only selects for those who can run faster than their love for others.
It leaves you with this haunting question. In a world where the deadline is always coming, is running for survival truly living? Or is it just delaying the inevitable surrender?
And when your time finally comes, when you can't run anymore, who or what will be there to greet you at the door? That's something for you to consider the next time the first snow begins to fall.